What's up, my quesadillas? I accidentally deleted the footage for the first half of this video, so I will be reenacting those parts for the sake of context. What's up, my quesadillas? I walk past a bar and I see a hiring sign. Bartenders wanted. I mean, I did have thoughts about being a bartender. I have to make money. That's one of the things that people gotta do in these days. But for me, a stubborn old dog, I just feel like I wanna make money my way. I don't want to be another shell in the beach. I don't want to be another corn in the shit. I want to do it on my terms. There's a great quote that I'll share with you, my quesadillas. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable. I am the epitome of this, but I must compromise. I gotta make money at the end of the day. So I did think about being a bartender, because a bartender talks to people, he serves. It feels like out of all the part-time jobs, it kind of aligns with like what I'm doing. So I'm about to go to this job interview. Pretty excited. I got the job. Talked to this Nigerian guy named Tony. He was trying to pay me $8 an hour, but I was just like, shit, just being rude for real. Like, my pay went from like 8 to 10, so I'm gonna be paid $10 an hour, and I'm gonna be working at a bar called Galaxy. It's like a club/bar. I start my first shift tomorrow. Let's begin. It was an 11-hour shift from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. It's kind of weird to work that long. My next shift begins pretty soon, so I gotta go. Apparently I gotta do this like every day. I clocked in, and then I was like, oh shit. Like, I remember like my friends from high school talking about clocking in and clocking out. And, you know, I never knew that work vibe. I got what it means to be a part of a team. I've always been a lone wolf. I've been a solo leopard. Yeah, bartending is really fun though. I was just talking to the customers, trying to make sure everyone's good. I got yelled at a couple times because maybe I was talking too much. I'm pretty sure it's just because they didn't want me to outshine them, because I'm like this new young kid on the block, and they're all like a little older than me, so they're like not on my wavelengths. I think I'm taking over pretty much, but I don't tell them that. I was just trying to like learn quick and stuff. I washed a lot of cups. I got a couple funny stories to tell real quick. I did a college course earlier this year. I did a speech 101 course and a Eastern philosophy course. In my speech class, there was a girl, a very beautiful girl. We got in a breakout room, and then somehow I was able to get her Facebook because she didn't have Instagram. What a weirdo. I guess she's an old lady, but like, she lives around here. She's in the Navy. I messaged her on Facebook and I said, you looked really pretty today, because we gave our final speech, and I think she like looked nice and stuff like that. Left on red. And then yesterday I saw her in the flesh. I was like, oh, she's a party girl. Later she asked for a drink. She calls me over. She said, can I get some water? Give her some water. She's like, thanks. Smiles. She's about to leave, but then I say, how have you been? She's like, I've been good. I was like, nice. It's actually my first shift here. I just started bartending and stuff. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, I got yelled at earlier because I was like talking to people too much. So like, just pretend you're finished talking to me and, you know, walk away. And she's like, okay. She came in like a group of 4. I bring them some hookah. I was chill. Like, I was feeling cool. But I could tell she was like a little acting a little nervous. I was like talking with all her friends. They tipped me a lot of money. They left like an hour later, so I didn't get to talk to her again. I got offered a threesome towards the end of the night, and this cute half Japanese, half Filipino girl bought me shots and was surprised that I wasn't 27. I could tell a lot of stories from last night. There was this one chick who said, K-sama, can I get a Heineken and a Heartland? I was like, wait, how do you know my name? And she's like, I just know. Like, something like that. I was like, what? Bartending is definitely a very interesting job. Anyway, I gotta go. This next shift starts. Okay, so it is 11 o'clock a.m. This one was closer to a 12-hour shift. Oh, 12 hours. It's crazy, huh? I'm gonna have an 80-hour work week at this point. I'm gonna be like Elon Musk. Today was better than yesterday. I served some drinks without asking what it was. Made a lot of mistakes, but I never repeat mistakes. There was more people today than yesterday. It was actually completely active until like 6 o'clock in the morning. I feel like you just get so much stories being a bartender. Like, every time someone buys me a shot, I try out a different bottle. I try to Disaronno, that's Italian. I did the research, I read all the bottles and stuff like that. It's an amaretto, that's what it is. Kind of reminded me of a Jaeger a little bit. It's better than a Jaeger though. And I got Malibu, I did that yesterday. And then today I got a Hip Tonic, it was fruity. It looks fancy too, it's like blue, it's like a rainbow or something. The blue part of a rainbow. Yeah, and then I tried a Tennessee Honey. And yeah, that was pretty good too, it was like a little sweet. I don't like Malibu though. I drank Malibus before, you know, just at like house parties and stuff like that. Yeah, there's way better drinks than that. A lot of fancy drinks out there, so I'm gonna taste them all. I don't even know how this video is gonna end. I mean, yeah, we got the job. I'm a bartender now. Shit, video over. My whole life changed. Literally, like my whole schedule completely different. Gonna fall asleep, have my third shift. Here's the dancing.
I fall bad, but I can't get enough of you. That fat, baby, can I call to you? You're all mine and I love that you my free. Every time I see you, yo, that's me, hey. Every time I grab that ass, that's me, hey. Every time that you walk past, that's me, hey. Lego shopping, I got cash, that's me, hey. See that Lambo driving fast, that's me, hey. Plenty game, but this shit ain't free, hey. He got bands, but I know he ain't me, hey. I'm a ball like a nigga in the league, hey. We ain't cool when you see me, don't speak, hey. $1 million worth of gems I ain't released, hey. 1500 for these shoes that I just creased, hey. Private party at the spot, just bring the freaks, hey. Percocet on my tongue, I'm at my peak, hey. 223s to make them jump, but I ain't no DJ. I'm in Houston with some freaks, they in Ceviche. Drop my hoes, but I know who I'm gon' keep, hey. What's happening? I fall bad, but I can't get enough. That fat, baby, can I call to you? Let's go. You're all mine and I love that you my free. Every time I see you, yo, that's me, hey. Every time I grab that ass, that's me, hey. Every time that you walk past, that's me, hey. Lego shopping, I got cash, that's me, hey. See that Lambo driving fast, that's me, hey. Plenty game, but this shit ain't free, hey. He got bands, but I know he ain't me, hey. I'm a ball like a nigga in the league, hey. We ain't cool when you see me, don't speak, hey. Give me talk, just don't forget the balls, hey. Pour it out the corner, I'm just tryna fill your walls, hey. I get deep inside that pussy, standing tall, hey. No, I got you, I'ma pick up when you call, hey. Hey, it's up, we ain't got no time to fall, hey. Can me singing to the whole I help the boy, hey. Plenty foreigns, pull them shits out the garage, hey. Pull that shit out, nigga. Let's go. I fall bad, but I can't get enough. That fat, baby, can I call to you? You're all mine and I love that you my free. Every time I see you, yo, that's me, hey. Every time I grab that ass, that's me, hey. Every time that you walk past, that's me, hey. Lego shopping, I got cash, that's me, hey. See that Lambo driving fast, that's me, hey. Plenty game, but this shit ain't free, hey. He got bands, but I know he ain't me, hey. I'm a ball like a nigga in the league, hey. We ain't cool when you see me, don't speak, hey.
Alright, what's up, my quesadillas? The camera's kind of far away, but this might be a nice little angle. So I kind of want to get back to the subject of practicing the art of not giving a fuck. I was explaining some weird stuff in the second Patown Gaff, but I found like a clip of Bruce Lee that kind of explained it.
Honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky, and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean? Blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, now that, my friend, is very hard to do. And you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm gonna do it, man, and I'm gonna do it, you see. So I mean, so that is the type of thing you have to train yourself into it, to become one with the...
So yeah, that's what I mean. And I figured out recently that third episode of Town Gap, me and Soichiro were talking about back when we were 18, we didn't give a single fuck, blindly confident. Well, I realized that I can actually tap into that. I can go in that mode if I want to. It's just that before it was 24/7. Yeah, I can literally just like shut down all stimulants and just have my force just be focused on, purely on me. I can do that. And that's kind of like what I naturally do now when I'm just like walking in public, dancing in public. I guess that's what I've always been doing, but I would always just feel like I'm being touched. I would always just feel like everyone can see me naked. But now like it feels like there's like an actual barrier. But I don't want to do it with the barrier, because then it's easy. It's easy to do it with the barrier. There's like a way of like communication that can happen. It's not me cutting off everyone. It's me like being open and like me being vulnerable. And that's when it's like, when I'm dancing and visualizing that, like being aware of everybody, but still not giving a fuck. There's a freshness in the dancing. I literally feel it as I'm just in my room just doing it. It's obvious. I don't even gotta feel it, it's obvious. For those couple seconds, the dancing is funny. Sometimes it's cool, because it's in connection with everyone else. I'm already a decent dancer, so the dancing could be amusing, even with the shield. But that's not what I'm aiming for. Practicing the art of not giving a fuck is what I'm aiming for. I feel like I've hit a plateau where I'm kind of comfortable and I could just have this barrier up, and now I feel like at least like my home is safe and I feel okay. I can feel cool now, but I want to go further. But when I imagine myself dancing in public, my mind keeps like closing off, and then I gotta like let it open up to all the eyes that I'm imagining. It's like I'm imagining people seeing me. I like kind of like ignore it. But if I integrate my mind to join with this, my own thoughts of people looking at me, the dancing gets freer. The dancing gets, it's kind of scary, because it's like you're just vulnerable, and it's like it's hard to keep it. It's hard to keep it. But I noticed that my dancing is better. And then I start thinking, oh shit, the dancing's good, and I want to keep this state. But it's hard to keep. Well, maybe in real life, people actually looking at me, but like the thoughts of people looking at me, if I'm closed off to that, it's nothing remarkable. It's just like everybody else. I also don't really care to like have all these eyes on me, because like before I want to be able to handle an audience. I want to be able to handle people without feeling this way. Now that I feel like I know how to handle it, I don't care about it very much. And I guess I didn't have a strong reason why to dance in public, because that's what people are probably thinking. Why is he doing this? Like, this is fucking stupid. And so that's why to really dance in a way that's full and will leave a courageous impression on people, and like a true meaningful impression, is if I have that reason that's just able to be felt. Otherwise it's just not cool. It's lousy. It's obtrusive to society. There's a feeling of shame that I feel. But yeah, now that I think about it, the reason is for you guys. The reason is for the quesadilla. So yeah, I should have just danced in public. That is the reason. I'll do it next time.